Hello, my name is Beck and welcome to a video where I look back at my 5-star predictions and see if they were 5 stars or not. I haven't watched this video for a very long time, so I don't remember what I actually said in the original video, so let's just get started. I'm gonna move over so I can actually put this video down in the corner. Hello, my name is Beck and welcome to a video where I talk about some of my 5-star predictions. I have a ton of stuff on my reading list still. I believe close to 60 books, and I've picked off a couple that I think will be 5-star reads. I really want to revisit this video late in 2020 to see kind of what my reactions and responses are to this. So I'm just going to insert some footage of my TBR shelf so that you can see what I'm talking about. I have a bunch of stuff that's on my list to read still. I have unhauled my Game of Thrones set when you're watching this, so check out a reading vlog that I'll link in the description if you want to see kind of why, but the rest of the stuff is fair game, so let's get into my first choice. My first choice is A Little Life. I have read A Little Life and I read that for Tome Topple and it didn't become a new favorite, but I did really like that book. I think really like is really hard to pin as a response to that book just because it's so heavy. It's a book that pretty much is devoid of hope and it follows a group of college kids as they grow up, and it has such significant struggles with mental health that are all very negatively tiered. So it's not a book that I'd recommend necessarily. I read it in a reading vlog, so in that vlog I linked all of the trigger warnings in the description, so I'll link my vlog where I read it. But after I finished that book I gave it like 4 stars and I had to take a break from reading just because it was so heavy. So it's not a 5 stars and I predicted it to be, but it's also quite a hyped up book and I can understand why. So we're one book into this video and I'm already not giving it 5 stars, so I think that's going to set the tone for the rest of this video. The next book that I've got is The Natural Way of Things, and it is by Charlotte Wood. So I picked this up when I was working at a publisher and I had a staff discount, and because it had a pretty cover, that's really the only reason that I grabbed it. Lesson learned, I shouldn't grab books just because they have a pretty cover, because I ended up DNFing this book. It was an Australian book that's like The Handmaid's Tale in the sense of the themes of patriarchy and women being slaves, and the way that it was set up with the different perspectives in it. I didn't connect to any of them and I got 50 pages in and this book just didn't do anything for me, so I ended up putting it down. And I think I DNF'd that during a vlog as well, so if I remember I can link it too if you're even interested. Yeah, I was right. The first book really set the tone for whether I would like the books going through. I think I was just pretty ambitious and pretty optimistic about the books on this list so far, because usually I'm a fantasy and science fiction reader and these are very outside that wheelhouse. So the fact that I put them down as 5-star predictions, I had high hopes clearly, but they just didn't seem to work out that way. Next up on this list I have Parasite by Myra, and I'm only including this on my list because one, it's dystopian or maybe sci-fi, and that's pretty much what I love reading, but also Myra Grant is a pen name and she actually writes under Seanan McGuire, and Seanan McGuire wrote Every Heart a Doorway and that novella series, and I think that's a beautiful series. I'm absolutely in love with the writing, so I think delving into her under a pen name in a different genre is going to be a lot of fun. Nope, I didn't like this book. Well, I didn't love it and I didn't hate it. I gave it a 3. It set up expectations as a apocalyptic book, but it didn't seem that way. It was very much before anything happened and it had kind of a zombie virus with parasites and stuff, and I liked that unique aspect of it, but when it came to the way that it was written it just felt very tiring and it was almost like it was written in a very passive way. I struggled to connect with it. I struggled to enjoy it, and I think I'm gonna try other books by Seanan McGuire. I do love the Every Heart a Doorway series still. I pre-ordered the book that's coming out in January, Across the Greengrass Fields. I still love that series. I just don't love Parasite. I'm disappointed that I didn't like it because I thought that it would be super inside my wheelhouse. That was pretty much a plot twist for me not liking it. I honestly, I didn't see that one coming. I thought I would really enjoy it, but clearly not. So yeah, a bit disappointed that I didn't like that one. And then lastly on this list is a book that I have started. I don't know if I've started it twice, maybe once. Either way, I've seen the movie and the movie just took the title of the book and put it onto the film. They don't really have a correlation. There's a little bit of a setting correlation and a main character correlation, but that's really it. And I'm talking about World War Z by Max Brooks. Max Brooks? Yeah, I've literally just finished World War Z by Max Brooks and I didn't give it a 5 stars. However, like A Little Life on this list, I gave it a 4. And I picked it up on audiobook and I really enjoyed that format because, like I said, it's a zombie apocalypse book, but it's told after the apocalypse and it goes back and revisits some of the key characters that have survived through the apocalypse and risen in their stations. So we get to see their origin stories and we get to see different countries and different aspects of how the zombie virus impacted people. So I liked that the audiobook narrators were individuals for each story. It gave it more of a scope, which I like. And the movie, like I said, is very different. It's just one character who I assume is the character that is supposed to have written the book, and he goes into the midst of the action and fights the zombies. In the movie, the zombies are running, which is terrifying, but in the book, they're just walking. So they're still quite formidable, but they're not as fast moving and as fearsome as the movie implies. So they were very different flavors of story, and I liked the audiobook for World War Z, but it wasn't a 5 stars, and I think that was the last pick in this video. So it's quite a short video, but those are all of the books that I wanted to give 5 stars. I don't know if I'm going to do this video again for 2021. I think if I did do this video again, I'd pick more books that are definitely inside my wheelhouse. I'd pick more fantasy books, I imagine. So maybe I will do this video again next time, but instead of picking books like A Little Life, which are definitely not the things I usually pick up, I'll pick up books that I think have fantasy tropes in them that I'm going to really enjoy, and thus I might give that book 5 stars. So hopefully I have more success in the future. But that is it for this small little video. Let me know if you have a book that you thought was going to be amazing but just turned out mediocre, or if there's a book that you just thought would be okay and turned out to be a new favorite of yours. I'm always interested to see what people think of their favorite books. So thank you so much for watching this video. I will chat to you down in the comments and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye.